Now, it's been over 2 years since it was last on our screens, but finally The White Lotus is back for a brand new series.
A whole new set of wealthy holidaymakers have checked into the White Lotus resort, this time in stunning Thailand.
But, as with every season, we can expect secrets, shocking moments and a dead body or two.
Oh, well, we're joined now by Jason Isaacs, who's starring in the new series. Good morning.
Morning. I love watching, you know, when I watch that, obviously the trailer's on and people are watching the show on, which is on at the moment. I think episode 2 goes out tonight. For me, it's like watching holiday videos. Every time I watch those things, I remember the day we did that and what it was like on the boat and what that island was like. Yeah.
But at the moment, it's exactly what we want to see. It's cold and rainy outside. It's shot so beautifully. You can almost smell Thailand if you've
Well, I hope you can't smell what we were like. The long days of 45 degrees or 100 degrees. What do people say now? Fahrenheit? It was... it is gorgeous, but we were in these rooms with no air conditioning and 40 sweaty, tattooed men and cameras and lights, and you can imagine by the end of the day.
My average weekend.
Yeah. Dreams are made of. It is an incredible country, though, isn't it? I mean, you were there for a long time, though, Jason.
7 months we were all there. I mean, some people got to go home and back. I didn't. My wife came for most of it, which is the first time. For some reason, she's never wanted to visit the set before, but when we're in a 5-star resort in Thailand, it's the first
She
time...
didn't want to go to Leavesden
Weird, isn't
to
it?
do Harry Potter. No, she'll go out
But
to
we
Thailand.
stayed and we toured around, but 7 months I was there and I got to see a lot of the country, and not just the beautiful resorts we were staying in, but the jungle and various villages, and, I really got a taste of the place.
Let's talk a little bit about your character, because he's taken his family to Thailand because one of his children, his daughter, is writing a thesis on Buddhism.
Or is she?
Or is she?
Is anything what you think it is, yeah. Yes, they're very, very wealthy. He's a big titan of industries. We come from Durham, North Carolina, where they have a very strange accent, by the way. He normally would take a private plane and take a whole mansion over, but they're slumming it in this place. And they get there, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of problems, and many worse things happen to them as the story unfolds.
I can't
to
wait.
me, at least.
I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Tell me about the accent, though, because it's the kind of southern...
So it's southern. It's Durham, North Carolina. There's been quite a lot of chat about it online, which is hilarious. We're all texting each other. There are 2 vowel sounds which are completely upper-class English. So to the untrained ear, if you don't know Durham, it sounds like I'm doing a very... It might sound like I'm doing a very bad accent. But it's quite specific and it's quite jarring when you first hear it.
Can you give us an example of what you mean?
No, because I'll do it badly now and then you'll watch it. It's like when people come up to me in Sainsbury's and they ask me to do Lucius Malfoy's voice and I go like, if I do it badly now, first of all, this 8-year-old kid's going to go, why is there a wizard standing by the meat counter? And secondly, it's been a few years. When I was doing it well, I think.
But that's the point, though, isn't it? That it's interesting because we're hearing that accent and we don't know, but it does sound very distinctive and very
specific. Also, I was not just... I mean, there is no such thing as an accent from a place. I'm from Liverpool. There's 100 accents there. It's a guy. I was modelling it on a particular guy. I don't want to say his name. He might sue me. I don't know. But I had him in my headphones all the time, who was a local politician from Durham.
So you're constantly repeating those phrases?
Yeah.
So when you weren't on set, if you were there for 7 months, what did you do all the rest of the time?
Well, what we didn't do was have a holiday because you can't... First of all, you can't get tanned because...
you can't change it.
Oh, yeah, because it changes,
and secondly, you can only have so many massages. I mean, it was lovely and luxurious. Went out boats, snorkelling, all the rest of it, but you do get a bit bored of it after a while. So then I toured around. We did some charity stuff, we did some climbing stuff, we did some spiritual stuff, we did... and then we went to other countries.
And you played some tennis?
I played a lot of tennis. Well, I'm a tennis... I don't want to embarrassingly say that 80% of the time I was on a tennis court. Actually, what I found was an awful lot of Russian emigres who all play tennis there. There's a huge expat Russian and Ukrainian refugee community, and I played tennis with them, and it was interesting because some of them have gone because they're very rich and they can travel the world, and some have gone because they disagree with the war. So there are different factions of Russians there.
So politically interesting to get...
I mean, not that I discussed that one. I played tennis.
But...
It's hard enough to breathe.
But also, you bonded with your 2 on-screen sons as well, Sam
I did, my 3 kids. So when we first got there, the resort you see... We actually filmed in a few places, but the beautiful place you see most of the time is the Four Seasons in Koh Samui. And because we had to take the whole resort over, because you can't expect people to pay if they can't use the pool and the bar, we were all given, the older actors were given, gigantic villas. I had a mansion twice as big as this, and a villa for a bedroom, and a butler. And
you had a butler, Jason?
I said to the butler and the butt lady, is that the appropriate thing? I don't know. Whatever. I said to her, listen, I don't want you to do anything at all, not even make me a cup of tea. Just sit down and watch telly, read a book. She went, I can't do that. And I went, no one can see us. We're not. So it looked very glamorous, and I FaceTime my friends all the time showing off, but it was actually really lonely because it was spread out over a mountain. And my kids, Sarah Catherine and Sam and Patrick, would come over every day and we'd play cards and watch telly. And we spent a month before my wife got there. Bond, they looked after me.
I was fascinated. I was reading an article that Patrick Schwarzenegger, was Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, talking about the fact that you would text him in the middle of the night, Jason, saying, come on, let's go and play tennis. And he'd be like, Jason, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, why aren't you asleep?
Patrick was very disappointing, to be honest with you, as a person, because I'd expected this spoilt Hollywood prince. He turned up to be one of the most lovely people you've ever met in your life. Really delightful and kind and compassionate and lovely to everybody. But he was always game for anything. So I go, we're climbing this mountain this morning, because we had a lot of days off. And he'd go, I'm in. I go, we're taking bikes over, we're diving off this cliff. We're going through these caves where you get a disease from bat poo. And he'd go, fine, I'm in. And so he would always be game for anything. Tennis, not... Oh, that's good. Tennis, not so much, because he had a shoulder injury, but I still made him play until he had to take painkillers.
Yeah.
But didn't you turn down training in the gym with him? Which seemed like the opportunity to train with the Schwarzenegger in a gym. It feels like a bucket list moment.
First of all, have you watched the show? Have you seen him with his shirt off? You don't want to be... But him and Arnos and various other people, I did lots of... travelling and exploring, they decided that the 7 months was give themselves perfect bodies, and they outdid each other every day. And I did dip in very early on, and I dipped out pretty quickly.
You mentioned before about Harry Potter. You were in Harry Potter as well, and he managed to get...
What?
Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know?
Yeah, I was in the Wizarding Wizards. Yes. I was
there he is. Look at him in all his finery.
Oh, yes.
No, number 6, the Half-Blood Prince.
But he managed to get... It was a letter you got, wasn't it?
I was given a letter. One of the letters that Harry gets when he goes to school.
I got nothing.
Did you get nothing?
I tried. I tried, because Alan Rickman, God bless him, we both did lots of charity stuff. We had kids on the set all the time. We'd auction a chance to be there. But Alan nicked all the doubloons from the bank early on.
Yes,
whatever the Gringotts stuff. And didn't sign them for charity. They're not real gold, obviously. And after which, everything was barcoded.
Yes, that's right.
So I couldn't get even... I tried to take a daily profit one day from a pile of them. And we got to the gate at the end of the day and they went, night, Jace. Leave the daily profit on your way up.
You must have done a runner.
No. Because it was given to me as a present at the end of the film. Because as Jason might remember, I did a lot of documentaries, so I'd interview Jason all the time on set.
Right.
And there was all this amazing stuff. But as the films were coming to the end, they were searching people and searching people's cars on the exit.
Strip searched on the way out. So it's very embarrassing.
He takes stuff for fun then, for sure.
But you know, the appeal of Harry Potter is unbelievable. It's still now, every day, and there's not a day goes by people don't want to talk about it. One of the young boys who was an Israeli hostage, he and his mum and his grandparents were taken into the tunnels in Gaza. Just the family got in touch today. I'm going to go straight from here. I've got him a... Oh, I hope he's not watching. I've got him a Gryffindor backpack and stuff like that.
Goodness.
But all over the world, wherever I go, it's still, for every generation, feels like it's talking to them. There's a magic in those books.
And even going through something as difficult as that, there's some hope and some joy that comes from that film and what they got from it.
Yeah, sure, people in very dark places. I don't know Ohad, who was, in tunnels in Gaza, but lots of people tell me that there were times when they were thinking of taking their life, or they were very, very lonely and bleak. And the story and the fact that Hogwarts will welcome everybody and is inclusive kept them going through dark times. It's unbelievable, the magic in those books.
It is,
and
but the magic of film in general. And you're going to be hosting some bits for the Oscars with Jonathan Ross,
hosting.
right?
I don't think Jonathan Ross will take kindly to that.
but
I'll be sitting on a couch listening to Jonathan talk. There's a show where you watch the Oscars and talk about them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to be nice about all the films because I'd like to work with all those people. There's a couple of them I think are rubbish, but I won't be saying that.
Which ones? Go on, Jace.
No, I would never in a million years. But they're all made... What's great this year is that it's almost all independent films, kind of films made for grown-ups, by grown-ups, which is fantastic. Even the ones I don't particularly like, I'm thrilled that they're being made and people are going to see them. I'll be on the couch for a bit. I'm going to go to bed at midnight. They're going to be at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, he'll come back again, at 2 o'clock in the game.
I won't be asleep. I'll just go home.
Jason, lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in.
Very much.
We will enjoy the rest of White Lotus as well.
Can't wait.
See
I apologise for the shocking bits. Don't watch it with your little kids, I just say that.
Second one tonight.
Makes me even more excited.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Get ready for some incredible dance acts and performing pets and, of course, those infamous red buzzers as BGT returns to our screens tomorrow.
Yes, before we meet this year's acts, today we're catching up with some of your favourite BGT superstars from over the years.
All right, first up. Paul, let's start with you. Do you remember that first audition now back in 2007?
It makes me feel really old. At the point my wife tells me I'm right.
No, you're not.
But it's weird to think it's so long, but it still feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
I actually felt that I didn't do a great job, but but
What, on the day when you did the audition,
yeah,
you didn't think you did well?
I didn't think I did good enough. So I mean, so I was quite amazed when I got through, and now more than 1,500 shows later, and I'm still doing what I love. So I'm incredibly grateful to the people that have supported me over the years.
Sorry, Al, what was the circumstance of you auditioning? Remind us. What you Car Phone Warehouse, but you're opera trained. Were you like you always loved it?
I'd had a certain amount of training because it was something that I loved to do.
Yeah.
But I never actually believed that I could do a job or a career where you love what you do. I thought that you worked in order to do the things that you love to do. And so now I'm in a very fortunate circumstance where I get to do what I love doing, and that's my job. And that's
the dream,
for me,
isn't
it's
it?
the definition of what success is.
But you almost gave up on becoming an opera singer before you did Britain's Got Talent, didn't you?
Well, I had a benign, very large benign tumour, and I was on stage in London doing a Puccini opera for an amateur company.
Yeah.
The weekend after I got discharged from hospital, I started bleeding on stage, but I said, I'll just change the dressing and just go on with it. And I just got back to work, and then I got knocked off my bicycle.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
I couldn't financially continue singing because I was paying to perform. So I'd completely given up. And the only reason why I auditioned was because there was a pop-up window on my computer, and I'd intended to close it, but instead I maximised it, and there was Simon Cowell stood in front of me. And I filled it out and thought, well, why would they pick you? You're old, you do the wrong kind of music. You've got such a great pace of radio. Why would they pick you? and so I flipped a coin, and then I thought, if it lands on heads, then I'll send in the application. If it lands on tails, then I'll cancel the whole thing.
And it
And
came
it
up
landed
heads.
on heads, yeah.
Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness.
How has this changed your life? Like, obviously, you sing for a living now. It's what you do what you love. But this film made about your story, Taylor Swift wrote a song. I mean,
I mean, you can't write it, can you?
exactly.
Well, I'm now doing what makes me me, and so I feel successful. I'm still the same pain in the bottom that I always was, but I'm now doing what makes me me, and so I'm the most. In many ways, I feel like I'm the most lucky person in the world.
Yeah,
And you're
so
your
nice.
most authentic self as well, which is lovely. George, let's come on to you. I mean, going back in the day, you were so young back then. How old was you?
14 when I was.
And how did it come about? Did you even know you was auditioning for Britain's Got Talent?
I didn't know. So the first year, because I auditioned the year that Paul won in the first year, and I was busking. I was out on Market Street in Manchester busking.
Really?
And I used to get a lot of people that would come up to me, give me their number, claiming to be talent agents and everything under the sun. And this lady gave me a number, and I sort of took it, and she messaged me just saying there's an audition down the road. While you're dancing, go and have a look. So I wrapped up my lino, got me boombox, had a walk down the road. It was only when I got there, I was the last person to audition, and I saw the Britain's Got Talent flags when I got there, so I had no idea what I was going in for till I got there.
How crazy is that?
Mental.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, isn't it? Yeah. And how do you find the experience? I mean, everyone remembers that dance. It was so iconic, the dance with the rain. It was so brilliant.
Do you know what? At 14, you just sort of take everything on as it is, don't you?
Got no fear index,
Well, that's
do you?
exactly it. You're like, oh, it'd be different if I did it now. If I could do it now.
I mean, do you not dance anymore then?
I do dance, yeah. Listen, I've still got it in the locker.
Have you?
But,
You
yeah,
pull it out sometimes at the club?
Not on request as much, but do you know what? Nowadays, it feels like I have to fill out a risk assessment.
You're like, I can't be
Do a
bothered.
backflip or a dead spin, I'm thinking, oh, do I really want to do that? I just, listen, I'm in my 30s now, and life's different. Life's so much slower.
The thing is, when you're that age, you don't mind, do you? You take the risk.
Just chuck it.
Oh, I can do it.
Yeah.
But now, you've
No,
got to think.
I'm older now, and things have calmed down gracefully, nice, and but I can still do it.
I remember how hard our dancers had to work on the X Factor, and it's the same on Britain's Got Talent. They do not stop
Oh, it's
working.
a graft. It's a real graft.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah. It's a graft, and you have to look after your body, and you have to
Yeah.
look after yourself. And over the years, just because I've been doing so many shows, I've not really looked after myself as much as I probably should. So yeah, I feel it a little bit more these days, but no, I've still got it.
You acting now?
The acting, yeah. Do you know what? I never expected it. I did a couple of street dance films, and from there, it just sort of cascaded into a frenzy of acting jobs. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a slower pace, it's less. It's still dog eat dog, but it's not quite as ferocious as dancing is. And I've been very lucky because I've done a lot of great jobs, a lot of great stuff. So, yeah, I enjoy it.
Smashing it. You're absolutely smashing it. And Sydney Christmas. I mean, she spends all her time here. We know exactly what she's up to.
It's lovely to have you with us, son.
She's always on this show.
I'm out my bedroom.
Sydney, the thing is, when you decided to do the show, it was kind of like the last chance saloon, wasn't it, for you?
It was. It was.
Where was you at the beginning before you decided to do it, and who encouraged you to do it?
So I was working at a gym, and I actually auditioned for BGT when I was 12. Didn't get it. I was dressed as a mermaid. I now know why. And then I auditioned on and off for 4 years, just sending videos. I was just really, really frightened. Couldn't get into town, into the West End, and I thought, right, let's go for it. I got brave. I got the email that I was going to go on to the judges, and I was like, right, let's have one last hurrah. Yeah, before I get my qualification to be an MT and work at the gym that I was working at.
And it was absolutely life-changing. You got a golden buzzer when you was on the show. That must have been incredible.
It was crazy.
It was unbelievable. And it's completely changed your life, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Tell us what you're doing now.
Pretty much. So I'm currently on tour. I've got a show tonight. And then I've got my London show, which I'm really looking forward to, on Sunday. And then I've got another tour coming up at the end of the year.
So you've got another tour coming out?
Yeah.
When's that coming out?
That's coming out like October, November time, and then it goes on sale next Friday. I go to New York. I've got a show there. It's
Your
just
life. When you look at your life, do you ever sit back and go, I can't believe this has happened?
Yeah, I just go into floods of tears because I'm like, what? As if, like, thank God.
And he's working on this morning the best show you've ever done.
Amazing. It's amazing. Doing all the Christmas comp stuff was just an experience. I don't know how you do it. I seriously don't know how you do it. Get the script and it's like, right.
I don't know how you do it. You work so hard.
Sydney, it's a funny thing, Paul, you'll have this as well. When you're a singer, you go on those shows, it's quite often you're looking around in those audition rooms and going, oh, they're amazing, they're amazing, they're amazing. And it's so thin lines, isn't it? It's just who gets through, and, like, you can have one bad audition and you fail, and, you know, it's sort of... And I would say all those shows are a pyramid and one person wins, Simon Cowell.
He's the only one.
But you know what I mean? It's like there by the grace of God, you just never know, do you?
Yeah, never know. Even now, like, I go for shows and I don't get stuff, but that's normal. But what BGT done, which was so amazing, was I'm now on a stall and I'm like, hi, I'm Sydney. And they go, yes, we know who you are now, so come in.
It's lovely.
Which is really cool.
Opens doors, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Definitely opens doors.
George is gaming now. Are you hanging out with KSI online?
I love it. I found it. You know what? Gaming for me, when I was younger, it was like an escape from the madness. It was like an escape from the madness. So I started streaming a couple of years back, and it just went crazy.
So you're making money from gaming?
Yeah.
So
well, that's the key, innit? Monetise what you love doing. And...
See, I'd love to do that, but every time I go on a game, I get battered. Maybe I could just be the worst gamer of all time.
You can't be as bad as me.
Listen, guys, we're so proud of you and what you've become and everything that you've achieved, and we wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll see you around, young lady.
Back to your room.
Britain's Got Talent returns for a brand new series tomorrow night at 7 p.m. right here on ITV1 and ITVX.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. Now, our next guest has kept us on the edge of seats in dramas like Line of Duty and Broadchurch. She's made us laugh in sitcoms like 2 Pints of Lager and a Packet of Crisps, and even helped justice be served in the role of Mr Bates versus the Post Office.
But now Will Mellor is back to take on real-life corrupt coppers in the new series of Cops Gone Bad. Let's take a look. And Will joins us now. That looks like powerful stuff. I mean, how did you find working on that?
Yeah, some of it is really tough. I mean, you take it on with you, especially the cases that involve children. And there was one I did, it was out on Monday. Adam Proven was a police officer, and the young girl was Lauren Taylor. And because she was 16, when I saw her interview, when she was brave enough to come forward and speak about what he did to her, it killed me, because I could just see my daughter in that situation. And so, you know, this show is about... every episode is a different police officer who's committed a horrendous crime, and I try and unpack that by how did they try and get away with it? Should they have been a cop in the first place? Were there any red flags that were missed? And what are they doing in the future to prevent bad eggs slipping through the net?
Yeah. That's quite a gear change for you, isn't it? Because you're a great actor, but you wear you wear your craft quite lightly on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You're quite a positive person. This is pretty heavy stuff you're getting into.
It is, but do you know what? I think what's important for me, especially at this stage of my life and my career, is I do things that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
That what I've got something I want to say, and with this show, I want to ask the questions that the people at home want to ask. Because I'm not you guys, I'm not a presenter, but what I am is a person that is passionate about this subject matter, and I want to see if these differences can be made, positive difference. What did we learn from Wayne Couzens? What did we learn from David Carrick? You know, what changes have been made? And you know what you'll see in this series, there were so many red flags and so many opportunities that these people shouldn't have been police officers in the first place, and things were missed. And remember, we're talking about a very small percentage of the police.
This is it, you don't want to bash the police.
No, we're not bashing the police. Listen, I say to my kids, if you're in any problems, go to the police.
Yeah.
What I want to do is try and rebuild that trust. And I think by doing that, it might be funding, getting more bobbies on the street. But
do you think
awareness
we
is
have
key.
lost trust in the police at the moment as a society?
Well, listen, every time these cases come out, I've spoke to police officers, I talked to ex-murder detective Howard Groves in this, and they hate it when this comes out because they all get tarred with the same brush, and you've got to be intelligent enough to know we're talking about a very, very minute percentage of the police, but with the power of that badge, one is too many. And the questions I'm asking as well is, I speak to a psychologist, is are people attracted, narcissists, control freaks, attracted to becoming a police officer so they can get away with it, which we found out is true, but also do people get a bit power hungry, a bit power greedy with the badge, and they go, I can get away with what I want, you know?
Yeah.
Basically what we're trying to do is what changes are being made to prevent it happening in the future, because if we stop talking about it, nothing will happen.
Yeah, but it's that abuse of power, isn't it? It's almost the hiding in plain sight.
Abuse of trust as well. You trust the police, and we want to be able to trust the police. And I'm saying to any children out there or any kids that are watching, I know it's half-term, trust the police. I'm talking about a very small minority here. But it's important that we put pressure on the vetting. And because we know from this series that when Wayne Couzens was arrested and charged, there was another guy who slipped through the net, and he had previous, and they still let him in, and then he went on to do these horrendous crimes, which you'll see in this series.
I'm hoping that this show really does have a positive impact. Everything that you do has a positive impact, but this in particular would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Great conversations, keep it open for people to talk about, and try and make change that will be a positive impact so we don't have more victims or survivors like Lauren Taylor and lots of other people in this. And also, you know, any doubt, don't let them in. Yeah. If there's a shadow of doubt, because that badge is too powerful. But like I'm saying here, it's a very small minority. The police do a fantastic job, and they go out and put their lives on the line for us. And I know that. We're not cop bashing here.
One of the things about your job that must be so wonderful is you find out about these different worlds. You played a cop twice.
Yep.
And you can go deep dive into this kind of thing. You're in Line of Duty, for example, which brings us to Mr. Bates Face at the post office. When you got that role, obviously we knew a little bit about it, but then did you find... Was it incredible for you how your eyes were kind of open to the scam?
I didn't even scratch the surface with what I thought I knew. And I think a lot of people thought they knew, but when you read it, it doesn't really jump off the page. What the post office sort of wrongly accused people, but when you saw what they did in our drama, which I was so privileged to play Lee Castleton in that, I mean, what an amazing cast and opportunity, but more importantly, we give these people a voice. They've been shouting from the rooftops and no one was listening.
For a long time.
No one's... And it's like this. How do people sleep at night on that side of the fence in the post office, knowing that these were innocent people, send them to prison, people killed themselves? It was horrendous. But the answer to your question is no, we didn't know, and we couldn't believe what we were reading when we were reading the scripts, going, this is true. It's a true story.
Yeah.
And that's why I went on to make the documentary, Surviving the Post Office, because I thought there's other people out there who haven't had their stories told, who are still wanting to put their case forward, and they need redress as well. So I made that documentary, and I think in our position, we have a responsibility sometimes, if you have a platform, to use it positively and do something good with it and try to give other people a voice.
Well, you are using that platform so well. Have you actually spoken to Lee? Because I know he's an OBE now.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
Have you spoken
I messaged
to
him when he got the award.
Did ya?
Do you know what was so nice? Because I was talking to him before I did the documentary, and obviously when I did Mr. Bates, the drama, that you could see how heavy it had weighed on him. You could see how much it had took out of him and his family. And when I spoke to him, he sounded lighter. I think he's had a bit of a payout, which is great, but also the award, it just seems like he can start putting it behind him now and getting on with the rest of his life. Yeah. And that's what's so important, but I have to keep putting the pressure on here. We can't let the fire go out. There's a lot of people out there that still need redress and not had their story told. And I still think there's people at that post office that need to be held accountable for what they did.
Let's have a quick chat about you and Ralph. Are
Yeah.
you out? You doing a podcast again?
Yeah, we're out. Season 5's out now. Every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, there's a Swift Half and I think What Will William Tell on a Wednesday. You can watch it on YouTube every Saturday. Season 5, great banter, great fun. If you like a laugh, it's like
This is
being
the
down
one
the pub
for
with your
you.
two mates. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, like we're talking about a serious subject matter here, but I think comedy's so important. You know, just lifting that little bit of weight. And I think, you know, some people are struggling at the moment, and we wanted to do something that was a little bit of fun, bit of banter. We talk about anything, everything, and we're going on tour in November called the November Nonsense Tour. We're going all over the UK and adding dates all the time, and we're actually at the Dominion in London in November. So
I want you to add some music to the show, though, because you're obviously an amazing singer. Maybe open the show with a song.
Cheers, thanks.
What do you reckon?
I'll write that down. Yeah.
Just call me Alison, producer.
Ralph, you stand in the wings while I go on and do my thanks.
He'll love that.
No, listen, I love to do more
it.
music. Like I said, at this stage in my life now, I just want to do things that I want to do that get me out of
make
bed.
you
Music is
happy.
a massive thing for me, and I'd love to do that again at some point, but we'll see. But, you know, I really appreciate you having me on to talk about this because it's important.
Pleasure.
OK, Will, it's lovely to see you.
Thank
Cops Gone Bad continues every Monday at 9 p.m. on the Crime and Investigation channel. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Join just now.
Even watching it here, it brings it all back.
Yep.
How amazing it is. It really is.
But the thing is, last time you were on, there was so much
dear.
chaos.
Me?
A buzzer was broken.
Oh, it's not me.
That was totally you. Is there going to be more chaos in this series?
Actually, I was very well behaved this series because they've all kind of got it now. They've been so quick, they actually given more golden buzzers than me. They were I can't go into details.
But how many
I was
are you
very well
allowed?
behaved.
You're only allowed
I have
one.
no idea. Don't ask me about rules because I have no idea.
He's not the rules guy, is he?
No.
I love
But
that
what I
about
can
him.
guarantee you is excitement, variety. The standard is incredible.
Is it?
Simon, I can say that he golden buzzed a dancing group. So that's how good they are, because usually it's a bit, I don't really... No. He just went quicker than me, yes. And there are some acts, like, for example, coming up, Comedian Impressionist, that is coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's one of the best I've ever seen. The way he can change the tonality of the voice and the character, I mean, seamlessly, he's like, this is incredible.
Did he do any of the
feel
judges?
like going, I want more of this, yeah. So.
Did he, like, mimic any of the judges at all?
You have to see.
Is he
I
good?
won't give it away, but
That's a yes.
he's so clever. There's singers that just break your heart.
Does it surprise you, Bruno?
It surprises me every time because, I've been doing this for a very long time. So, it's not... I don't make it up.
Yeah.
And I feel it is... I'm not even judging. I'm commenting from my heart because I know what they go through.
Yeah.
I know how hard it is to perform in front of an audience, to audition. It means a lot to them. I'm crying now.
Yeah.
And I'm actually part of it. And sometimes the talent blows your mind. And I found it very encouraging that there is so much talent out there. Some are absolutely bonkers.
But that's what we love about the show.
But that is what it is. You never know what is going to happen from one moment to the other. I keep going, what's going to be next? We won't tell you.
Well, I think
Not being in the presence of you.
Yeah.
we never know what's going to happen. We haven't got a clue.
I love the fact they don't tell you too much today. Same on X Factor, we never told them anything.
Nothing. We know nothing.
Well, listen, we've got a little clip. You wouldn't tell me anything about that
I won't tell you anything.
But don't worry, I've already got a clip. Have a look at this.
It's time to face the muesli.
That's good. I love watching TV. And I do think that the guy that did those iconic voiceovers, was very dramatic. I think he probably even sounded like that on karaoke.
It's much too late to fight. When you think you've changed your mind, you better change it back, or we will both be sorry. Don't you want me, Bruno? Don't you want me?
Oh, he's so good.
He's so good
Dickinson is
because
good.
again, you don't know where he's going with it, and he nails it every single time. He gets
So
you.
good.
Yeah.
You know, that's the skill of a great performer.
Yeah.
It gets your attention, and you forget where you are. He leads you into the sequence is brilliantly. I love when I
So
see.
good.
I love talent. I just love
See,
talent.
what I love about BGT, and we used to have the same with the X Factor, is some people have just got a great audition in them, haven't they? And then afterwards they're like, oh no, I don't know what I'm going to do next. You see a big step up between
Yeah,
that
but
first
that's
round
what
and
happens.
the
The
next round.
key is in the when we go live. Obviously, now we'll see what we've seen, and I know it as a performer. When you audition, it's like that's it, make or break. Sometimes it goes wrong, sometimes it goes right. You never know what's going to happen. Then it's actually entering the door, but now staying in the building. What am I going to do to establish this? So it's all to do with choices which we don't know, the presentation which we don't know, and how they captivate the audience.
That's my favourite thing, is that step
all
up.
about
between the
Exactly, the
first
step
audition
up
and the
to say,
studio,
now
yeah.
I own this.
Yeah.
I am not auditioning. And that is what I found very exciting about the live shows, because we don't know who's going to click it. Look at me, I can't wait now.
Tell us about the dancing seagulls, because apparently...
Oh, my God, what a nightmare.
Oh, they're bad?
But no, it's so bad, it's good. It's one of those things that you just say, how you come up with this?
So it's a pole dance, and it's a dancer as a seagull.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how you come up, but it's one of those things that is so bonkers. I mean, you have to watch it. You're mesmerised by how bad and good it is. It's so, as I said, it is so bad it's good.
Simon thought he might die during this.
Oh, yeah, but this was at night. Actually, I
one of
wanted
the
to stop
I mean,
that.
to be fair, there's a long list of suspects.
What happened?
No, but that I didn't know that was going to happen. There was an act when they asked Simon to join the act. There was a guy that was smashing objects, which is not really my thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so that's that.
Yeah.
You may like it, but I didn't.
Yeah, but it's different if you're actually being called upon stage.
But he was
you've got to be
called
part
a
of it.
very... he went for it.
Also,
then
he
made it
hates all of that stuff. He hates joining inside.
Well, he did it, and I don't know. I wouldn't have done it. Put him on the floor. There's like melons all around.
Yeah.
And this guy with a big hammer keep smashing them and getting... But the problem was the floor was slippery. The floor was slippery, and he kept getting closer and closer and closer.
Oh,
I said,
no.
you have to stop this because they're going to smash his head up. I mean, I didn't like that.
No.
Did they stop it in the end?
No! No, that's right. Simon, maybe there is a subliminal message there, Simon. I'm practicing.
What's crazy is the audience, you know straight away if the audience love it, and they're not scared to boo the judges, are they?
Oh, my God, they go for it.
They are not scared at all.
But I like that, because it's true. I just say, listen, it's my opinion. I don't say I'm right. And, you know, if you don't like it, just boo. I love a good boo. I have to say that, yeah, OK, bring it on. But what is good about that is because they connect. They care as well.
Yeah.
And the audiences in Blackpool, they were right there, listening to everything. Oh, yeah, oh, no, I'm getting that. I'm getting that. No, yes. Yeah. They were like the extra judge. They were bringing so much energy. But I love live. I mean, I feed off.
Well,
it's
part of you, isn't it? I mean, you've been doing Dancing with the Stars for 20 years.
Oh, for 20 years.
For 20 years.
Season 34.
You know what I mean? You've been this is your life, isn't it?
I love it.
You love it. This is part of you.
I absolutely love it.
How was KSI in the panel?
It's great. At least we met. Straight on, get on with it. Very nice guy, really handsome. He has his feeling. He just says it. I always say, the judge, but don't think about anything. Be yourself.
Yeah, it's always the way.
Talk from your heart for what you know. You don't have to try to overthink it. As I said, there's four judges, 5 judges. We don't say we're right. We give our opinion. It's for you to agree or disagree. And he did a fantastic job. We did a massive session, actually, with him, because Simon wasn't there.
What, you got drunk?
We did... Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened, Tom. But the one, I wasn't there because I was in America.
Yeah.
I couldn't. And then Simon had to do something else, so we did it without him. We did 30 acts. 30. Which means, it's hundreds of people.
Oh, yeah.
We were going through it. He was on it like a car bonnet.
Also... I
love
like,
it.
we sort of whisper it quietly, but when Simon's around, it takes a lot longer, doesn't it? So when
No, he's pretty well behaved now.
So when Simon...
is he a good boy now?
He's very good. But I
He
never
used to be
seen
like, do a fifth song, darling, and he'd be like, oh, man.
a fifth song.
We've got, like, 35 of these poor mics to get through today.
Oh, my God.
Bruno,
No, I
thank
never
you.
witnessed the fifth song.
I have, trust me.
Well, I'm lucky then.
Bruno, it's a pleasure having you
In
on
the
the show.
Simon Express.
Britain's Got Talent starts this Saturday, 7 o'clock, ITV1 and ITVX.
We love having you on the show. We love it.
Oh, I love you guys.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
It's been almost 50 years since a female driver last competed in Formula One, in a Formula One race, but that could all be about to change. Thanks to our next guest, Susie Wolf.
Yeah, as the managing director of the F1 Academy and a professional racing driver herself, she's leading the call to get more women on the grid.
And today she's joining alongside one of the incredible girls that she's supporting, 12-year-old Sukhmani Kera, who's already had huge success on the track. Good morning to both of you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us. It's great.
Thank you for bringing the car as well. This is very kind of you.
Susie, can you tell us a little bit about the F1 Academy and when it was set up and its sort of origins and what you do?
Well, it was set up by Formula One, and the real goal was to provide an opportunity for young female drivers. There's obviously not many of us. I think participation has never gone above 5%, but in order for those the most talented to progress in the sport, we needed to increase participation. And F1 Academy, it's only for female drivers. It's junior motorsport. It's on the ladder to Formula One, and it really allows us to identify and nurture young female talent in the hope that one can go on to race in Formula One one day.
Right.
And Susie, what is it that because obviously you as a racing driver, what is it you spot straight away when you see the talent come along? What is it you can see?
Well, starting young, like Sukhmani, is a clear advantage because the earlier you start in any sport, the more chance you have of making it to the top. But what's lucky for us is that there's more and more young women competing, and you see it immediately. You know, if they've got the background and they jump in the car and they're quick. And interestingly, there's a lot more girls out there racing than we first anticipated. So not everyone makes it into F1 Academy. It's now getting harder and harder. We have 18 drivers this year, and I'm really looking forward to it because we have some real talents coming through.
So in terms of the age that one can start, so if people are watching this at home, it's half term, and they're thinking, well, I want to do what Sukhmani does. How do I get into that? What's the sort of the best stage?
Well, it's starting in the world of karting.
Yeah.
And really the first step is get to any kart track near where you live, whether it's indoor or outdoor, get there, find a few contacts and just get out in a go-kart. That's the first thing. And, you know, one of the sayings is very true, and I think you'll agree, Sukhmani, the more you drive, the quicker you get. It comes down to practice, like with everything. And then there's a very kind of clear pathway to follow to make it into single-seaters and then, you know, to make it into Formula One.
Wow. Susie, I have been on this road of karting. I've been all over the country with my son.
It, doesn't he?
He absolutely loved it. He's kind of slowed down now, but I've been on this road and it ain't cheap. Is there any, like, way of helping some of these drivers who come into Formula One, the female ones?
Well, the great thing about F1 Academy, and that's thanks to Formula One, who give us so much support, we fully fund nearly the whole budget for the drivers. And each driver gets 2 seasons. And we managed to get all 10 Formula One teams on board in F1 Academy. So that means Sukhmani, for example, at the age of 12, has just been signed by the Alpine Academy programme.
It's unbelievable.
What an incredible opportunity. And that's something that we're so proud of because we have everyone on board trying to really help us. And it means that these young drivers have so much more opportunity than before.
Sukhmani, how did you get into it? So you love karting from an early age?
Yeah. So I used to watch a lot of Formula One when I was younger. I really liked watching Lewis Hamilton drive around the track. So my dad took me to Silverstone and watching him win really inspired me then.
Yeah, great.
Well, congratulations on getting in there.
Unbelievable.
You're 12 years old. How are you going to juggle that with school as well, or what happens?
School are really supportive, actually. So when I take time off, they give me the work. So, yeah, school's really good with it.
And do people, like, when they see you get in the car, they think, oh, she's not going to be any good, and then you're actually really, really good?
Yeah, I think I surprised a few people, so, yeah.
Well, during the break, Susie said you are quick, right?
Well, I have got my scouts on the ground, and I got a message a little while ago saying, there's this little girl that nearly just qualified on pole and won, said, send me her details, and it was this young lady.
Wow. And so how Sukhmani will drive at 12, will she be driving exactly the same car as, say, Abby Pulling, who won last year? You know, I watched recently, she's unbelievable. Will she be driving the same car, or is it, like, does it go in stages in terms of how old they are?
You need to be 16 to be in F1 Academy.
Yep.
Everyone that gets into F1 Academy, unlike Formula 1, the cars are all the same, so it comes down really to driver talent. So Sugmani has to plan that in 4 years you need to be testing for us and hopefully getting into one of the spots. And then from this stage, which is Formula 4, there's Formula 3, Formula 2, and then obviously Formula 1. But Formula 1, regardless of gender, is incredibly tough to get into. There's only 20 spots on the grid, but we're hoping to see a female driver there one day soon.
And how are you coping with managing the team? Are you enjoying it?
Well, I have a great team around me and I really enjoy it. I mean, I've spent my whole life in this sport, and to see the opportunities that we're creating, to see these young women having so much opportunity...
So great.
It makes me really proud. Yeah.
When do you think it's going to be when we see a female driver on the track alongside the men? When is it going to happen?
Well, I'm very ambitious and I always like to think...
How many years? What would you say? Come on, Susan.
I would love to say in at least 5 to 10 years.
Be amazing.
Do you think it could happen now if they just give someone a chance? Or do you think there's still levels that need to, like, to get from, you know, like you said, your Formula 4s to your Formula 1?
Whoever makes it into Formula 1 needs to be there on talent, because it's so competitive that it can't just be because you're a girl you get the opportunity. And we haven't got anyone racing in F2 and F3 just now.
Gotcha.
But we're sending the best onwards and upwards. So I think if you look at the mid to long term, we're on the right trajectory to get someone there. It's just going to take a bit of time. But obviously, every year that we exist, every time we get more young drivers, we've just got so much more opportunity.
Sugmani, how do you feel when you're in the car? Tell me exactly how you feel when you're driving. What is it you love about it?
I just really enjoy it, like the competitiveness and the speed, because you're racing like inches away from your competitors at over like 60 miles per hour, so yeah.
And you've never had a fear of it, you know, you don't put the brakes on? I have been karting recently, and it's one of the most scary, it's quite scary.
Especially because so close to the ground, aren't you?
So close to the ground, and you feel it in your neck as well.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have to do a lot of training as well?
Oh, yeah, the week before I have a race, I try to do a lot of training and sim work, so that helps me physically when I'm in the car on the weekend, so...
And do you love beating the boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
That's the best bit, isn't
Susie,
it?
obviously you said practice makes perfect, but how much of this do you think is, like, pure, raw instinct, talent, nature, nurture, I guess, and how much can you coach?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think a lot comes down to the character. You need to have that thick skin. You need to be able to cope with failure, pick yourself back up, because in any sport, there's only ever one winner. So you need to know how to cope with failure and really learn from your mistakes. So I think the character plays a big part. And there, I think, gender doesn't play any role whatsoever. But then I think the earlier you start and the earlier you get into a very competitive environment like Sugmani is now, it gives you a much better chance later down the line of being ready, because it does come down to, you know, that love of speed, that love of competition, the adrenaline, and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. You know, like you said, Alison, it's not easy. You've got to be out there loving it and pushing yourself really hard.
We're looking forward to the Netflix drama as well, because obviously we can follow all this and see what's going to happen. And we are looking forward to your bright future, young lady.
That's going to be a game changer, isn't it?
Can't wait.
Netflix, I think, isn't it?
You know, if we can have just a fraction of the Drive to Survive success, I take it, because it's really the access we've given Netflix, because our drivers are not superstars yet. They've really given lots of access. And even for me, seeing the rough cuts now, it's been really emotional, and I think it will be inspirational for a lot of people to follow these young drivers on their journey.
Oh, we're so excited. And that documentary's out in May.
Yeah.
We're very excited on Netflix. I love you know when people, like, play back videos of, like, Lewis when he's younger?
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that for Sugmani. I just
Here's
know
the
it.
first TV
We're going to be playing this video back in the future. You never know. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Joining us. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Runner-up,
Gregory.
a winner in our eye, as always. Gregory Porter joins us now. Gregory, so nice to see you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Everyone discovered you, Gregory. I mean, all the fans online knew it was you. The judges were all over it. I mean, how did it feel when you were inside the costume that they got you straight away? You're supposed to disguise the voice, Gregory.
I was trying to disguise my voice, but then I was inside that costume and I was sucking for air. I couldn't help but be myself, you know?
It's really tough, isn't it? Those masks. I mean, I've done it. I've only done a special, so I only did it for literally a day.
Yeah.
This has been ongoing for you.
Yeah,
How did you do some training? Because Because I know they give you these special, you know, those breathing masks where you go jogging and you
Right.
wear a mask.
Yeah.
Did you wear one of those? Did you try it?
I didn't, but you have to get in shape. And by the end of the show, you're like in I don't know, like you can function better with a little lack of oxygen. How should I say?
Yeah. You did
That
so
costume
well.
looked brutal. Like, how heavy was that?
For me, it it felt like 15, 20, no, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Definitely
Extra?
like yeah, well, the head part was this really heavy rubber, but then underneath the skirting part was, you know, like this structure that was quite heavy as well.
And you had 2 dressers, is that true?
Right, yeah. So it was super heavy. Plus the claw arm, so I couldn't, you know, I didn't need to scratch my nose a few times.
Oh my gosh. It's so stressful. Honestly, it's such a hard
The last thing, like aliens come down, you go, and they go, what is that show? You go, right. So we get singers. What, they don't know they're really good singers. And then they put these crazy costumes on them, and then we have to guess. It's just so weird.
But
why did you want to do it, Gregory?
a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
wanted to
it
do
is a lot of
something.
fun.
You know, sometimes I sing these songs about social issues, and I am optimistic person, but sometimes people, you know, think I'm quite the serious person, and I am serious, but I'm quite. I joke around with my band all the time. It was just a fun thing to do, and I got to something outside of my wheelhouse. I mean, I was singing a Lenny Kravitz, you know, song. So that was a lot of fun.
That must be the nice thing, to do something outside the wheelhouse,
you know,
right?
I can rock with the best of them. You know what I mean?
Have you realised that you need to be seeing your audience? Do you like being enclosed in there? Or did you feel like you were free? 'Cause some people, they absolutely love being in the mask, don't they?
Well, that was difficult for me because I like to have a connection with my audience. I like to express with my hands. So I can't tell you how difficult it is. And if you've ever seen me perform live, I have to have my hands, you know, which is why I always sing with a mic stand, because I have to have my hands,
Yeah.
you know?
And then you didn't have it. You had those claws.
Right. So now I find myself, you know, I love you for
Snapping away. There we are.
You know.
Oh, bless you.
But
The weirdest
it was
thing
difficult.
is, you think you're moving like loads, and then you watch it back, and you're hardly moving. I was like going for it then.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not
Nothing's
moving.
happening.
It's unbelievable. What did your sons make of it? Did
Oh, they loved it. It was like, Daddy, that's you. I was like, yes, me. You know.
I bet they couldn't believe it.
And you duetted with Kiala Settle as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we did the duet. She's fantastic.
incredible, isn't she?
Yeah, really.
How did they do that? Because did you see that it was Kiala?
No.
Before?
No.
When
She
you
came out.
rehearsed?
She came out as a. What was she, by the way?
She's air fryer.
Okay, she's an air fryer because I can barely see in that thing. I was like, who are you and what are you?
So you didn't know it was her?
I don't think that's anything
But I
to do
knew
with
she
what
could
you
sing, though. I was like, oh, this won't be no problem.
So you don't even rehearse this and you sound that good?
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Gregory, I mean, you've done so many things. You know, I remember seeing you side of stage at Glastonbury in 2016. It was unbelievable. It was such an incredible afternoon.
Have you got some footage?
I got some lovely shot there of me just watching you.
Oh,
and then,
lovely.
and then I remember that day, I think two of your team proposed. Well, one guy proposed to another.
Yeah. It was somebody on my team got proposed to.
Yeah.
And
nice.
So he stopped Glastonbury,
Right,
and it happened right in front of everyone.
gosh,
Right,
that's
we paused
lovely.
everything. So from that union, they created a beautiful young child. But yeah,
that's
but it was a moment. Yeah, it was
There's
a
something,
Glastonbury
and
moment.
I've seen you in the biggest stage. I've seen you at Ronnie Scott's. There's just something about the intimacy. But you connect so well with the UK audience, don't you?
I do, and it's been just this extraordinary relationship for me that has really given me confidence to, you know, really I take my energy from the UK and take it all over the world, really.
Yeah.
It's been extraordinary. I mean, I have a great tour coming up, and my favorite venues are here in the UK. So we have 4 nights at the Royal Albert Hall.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's going to be lovely.
Right. And quite frankly, the UK audience they get me. They get what I'm trying to say,
We
my
do.
voice, and I'm so thankful and appreciative, and I hope that energy of that appreciation comes across when when I'm here or when I'm doing the Masked Singer, because I really do.
You also
From the
do that great
cabbies to
thing.
the,
You do that great thing that great artists do, where you shrink the arena you're in to a tiny. You feel like you're watching, like me and you were watching it in a small bar. Yeah, the intimacy is incredible.
Yeah, that's important to me. Yeah, it's just touching people.
Yeah.
Well, Valentine's Day has just happened. And I've got to say, thank you for all your lovely songs, because I'm sure you've been in a lot of Valentine's. Did you have a lovely Valentine's Day?
We did. I had a lovely Valentine's Day. My wife was there, but I had a concert at the at Carnegie Hall in New York City. So there were 3,000 people there with me.
It was a wonderful intimate date with your wife and 3,000 people. Gregory, thank you so much.
You were great. Thank you so much, Gregory.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Ever wondered what life is really like behind the palace gates? Have you ever wondered? I have. Now, who are the royal staff? What did they actually do there?
Yeah, well, we might have an answer. A new book called Yes, Ma'am, The Secret Life of the Royal Servants has taken us behind the scenes of the royal life through the ages.
And ahead of its release on February the 25th, author Tom Quinn is with us now.
Hi, Tom.
Welcome, and thank you for doing this book. Well, I mean, this is a long time in the making, isn't it, this book?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spent the last 40 years just working on this book, but in a sense I have, because over those 40 years I've interviewed loads of former and serving members of staff, but I wasn't. I mean, I've done other books based on single servants. Like there's a guy called William Talon who was known as Backstairs Billy.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous royal servant. I did a whole biography of him. So as I've gone through over the 40 years, I've interviewed more and more people, but sometimes they produce one book. But now I thought was the time to put all the interviews together, going back to the 1980s, to make this latest book.
So was this always in the back of your mind, thinking, right, I'm going to save this one? Down the line.
You do tend to
stories
do
that you don't get to use. You just thought, you know what, I'll bank that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you've got enough now to do a book.
Yeah, and also some of them, you know, some of the maids I spoke to, their stories were great, but not enough to make a whole book.
Got ya.
So when you put them all together, you get footmen, maids, equerries, you know, from one end of the scale to the other, which I think made it a much more rounded book. And the other interesting thing about it was that people always think, oh, it's a book about the royals. He's going to be saying terrible things about them. But most of the staff, or a lot of the staff anyway, they love the royal family. So they only said really good things about them.
And I guess it's a peek behind the curtains, isn't it? It's like, what does that person do? What do you know?
Yeah.
The roles and... So where does your background is in magazines, isn't it? And
yeah.
Like, when you go through the magazines you worked on, it's like you're Hugh Grant in Notting Hill, you know, when he does like the horse and hound.
Yeah, but you know what's really weird? I got my first job on a country magazine, which was run entirely by people, horse and hound types, because I told them I used to fish on the Grand Union Canal 5 minutes from here.
No way.
Yeah, so they thought, oh, he fishes. They thought I meant salmon fishing on the
like
Dean.
eels.
Yeah, and I was catching eels, exactly. But that was how I got into being interested in servants, or staff, as we have to call them now, because one of my first jobs on one of the royals' favourite magazines in the 1980s was to go and interview the Queen's head gamekeeper at Windsor.
Yeah.
And he was such an amazing man. He'd actually retired. And he said, well, when I retired, I knew I'd have to move off the estate. He'd worked there for about 40 years. And the Queen personally came to see him, the late Queen, Elizabeth, and said, no, you don't. I'll stay here. You don't need to do any work. But, you know, I like coming down and making you tea. She used to come and make him and his wife tea. So she said, I'll build you a house.
Stop it.
So she built him where I met him and had tea with him. This lovely house she built specially so he wouldn't leave the estate.
That's unbelievable.
So, yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And his wife used to look after the corgis, which were running around everywhere. And he told me some great stories. Like the Queen would come down and insist on making the tea, because for her it was, you know, she didn't get the chance to do this, and she would stand in the kitchen throwing dog biscuits out through the back door so the corgis would chase them.
Those corgis run wild in that palace, don't they? They literally, they are
living
the
their best
stars.
lives.
They're living their best life.
In Buckingham Palace, because it's so big, you can't get the the corgis to the exit doors fast
To go to the toilet?
Exactly. So there's a footman with a soda siphon and some cloths who his sole job is to wipe up the pee.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously, that's what he does. Because there are a lot of six or more corgis at different times, and they're allowed to pee on the carpet.
Oh, my God, but it stinks, doesn't it?
So, Tom, how did you, in terms of the access you get and in terms of what people are willing to talk to you about and in terms of what you want to print, do they sign NDAs or are they, do they check in with the Royals first, or is it just more on trust?
Yeah, it's more on trust. I mean, it's certainly back in the 80s, I was talking to people who might have started work for the Royals after the war.
Yeah.
In some cases, their mothers and grandmothers had worked for the Royals. So I got those
so it's
stories.
in the family.
In the family, exactly. And many of them had started work before anyone thought of NDAs. They just non-disclosure agreements. They just didn't exist.
Yeah.
But it's definitely got more difficult in the last 15 or 20 years. People are much more wary. But I always, for every 3 that you approach, 1 will probably say yes. People like to talk about what they've done, and as long as you guarantee anonymity, and their lives are interesting. Most people love, they like to talk about themselves.
Yes.
Well, tell us about some of these stories, because obviously, is it true that the king has somebody who literally squeezes his toothpaste out?
Yes, it is true. King Charles does. Yeah, I think the reason for that is it's extraordinary from one point of view, but from another point of view, it's understandable. He had an accident while playing polo, and he hurt his toothpaste arm.
Right, fair enough. His toothpaste.
The old toothpaste arm.
Somebody began to put the toothpaste on, and he
never
I
stopped.
think he never stopped. He just carried on. But it's like cars. If you're super rich and you collect cars, you're going to have a lot of cars. The royal family have a lot of money, so they're going to have a lot of servants, and they have huge numbers of servants to do. Some of do the most correct. They have a fender smith, for example. Now, most people don't even know
What's a fender smith?
He's the guy, old-fashioned fireplaces, they'll have a metal sort of rail in front, sometimes with little leather seats on. Well, he looks after those. And they have another guy who's in Windsor his full-time job is to wind all the clocks in Windsor Castle.
Oh, that's important.
To be fair, I imagine that is quite a busy job.
But also, he's an expert at antique clocks, so he has to repair them because they need repairing all the time.
Wow.
So there are lots of jobs. And in the past, it was even crazier. Queen Victoria absolutely insisted she would not get rid of her falconer, the man who looked after her falconers. As someone pointed out, she'd been paying him for 30 years. Somebody said to her, "You don't actually have any falcons." And she said, "I'm still not getting rid of him."
Oh, so he was just like walking around,
He was just walking
maybe
around.
bird watching?
It was an aristocratic friend of hers.
Wow.
It was a good way of paying him for not doing very much.
Tom, how do you think the role has evolved in those 40 years of being in service? Is it obviously, like you said, when it first started, it was probably a generational thing, and sort of maybe out of duty. Now it's probably a really good stepping stone to a great career elsewhere as well.
Yeah, it's much more professional now. But the biggest change is that all domestic staff are treated really well. I mean, they have gyms now, they have health plans. When some of the people I spoke to started working for the royal family before the Second World War, they pretty much had no rights at all. But they were like, working people generally.
Yeah.
If you go back to the First World War, something like just under 3 million women worked in domestic service. And many of them worked for, just small terraced houses across London, the Midlands, wherever. They would have a maid-of-all-work, some poor 12-year-old girl who would live at the top of the house and do 15-hour days. And for that kind of servant, moving to the royal family, gradually moving up through the aristocracy, that was what they wanted to do, because you were always treated much better once you reached...
It's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, it's an extraordinary world. It's a kind of hidden world, too.
Yeah, it really is, and you're opening up that world on the 25th of February. We're very excited. It's called Yes, Ma'am, and you'll get all the secrets, alleged secrets that are in the book.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Yes, Ma'am, Secret of the Royal Servants, out on the 25th. Tom, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Because we've got an 80s icon up next on our sofa.
What's that? 25 million albums, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Just that? With Spandau and Tony showing no signs of slowing down, already treating us to a brand new solo tour for the swing, style and Spandau.
And he's here with us now. Hello.
I'll never go away. It's like, this is like 45 years I've been doing this.
But I love it. We love it. We love you. And the thing is, I feel like you've just come off tour.
Yeah.
And then you're promoting this next tour. Do you ever stop?
Well, I don't, actually. I mean, we did
we did a Culture Club, Heaven 17, we did an arena tour before Christmas, which was brilliant. I mean, I've known George and the boys and the 17 boys. I mean, we go back to the early days, amazing. 78, 79. That means we're really old. But it was brilliant, and we had such a good time. It was great. The audiences were fantastic. And then just got back from Australia, and then we've just launched another Australian tour in March 2026.
They love you in Australia, don't they?
I love Australia. I love it there.
Have they always loved you in Australia? Was Spandau big in Australia?
Yeah, the first time we ever went, they were there with us on To Cut a Long Story Short. So, To Cut a Long Story Short was number 5 in the UK.
Such a good tune.
But it's brilliant. We still play it today. It still sounds fantastic. But we didn't have that instant success. It wasn't until the True album that it all went pa-ching.
Yeah.
But Australia were with us right at the very beginning with To Cut a Long Story Short. And they've been with me as a solo artist ever since. And so we did some sellout shows, just a small little run, and then launched the 2026. So we're there. And the sun shines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's too hot.
It's warm. Everyone's walking around in bare feet.
I know.
It's
but
the
it's
best.
38 degrees. I'm
know.
burning. Look at me, you know.
Are you not good in the sun, babe?
It's
hard with those
38
suits.
degrees.
Hard with when you wear a suit, it's tough.
Burn me.
I came off, I couldn't hardly move because my trousers were stuck to my legs.
But this style has been going since the 80s, hasn't it? Your style. I mean, I couldn't see you in a tracksuit. I don't want to be seeing you in a T-shirt and jeans. I like this look. I like the jacket.
It's got to be done. Well, I mean, I think the thing is that when the True period happened, there was a whole kind of suity look. It was a sort of Wyatt Earp kind of look.
Yeah.
And I thought, I feel comfortable in that. And then when you look at people like Tony Bennett, I just always thought, you know, he looks so sharp. Frank Sinatra, Jack Jones, Robert Palmer, great fan of Robert Palmer. And he always just looked $1 million. And I don't really look good in tracksuits.
No, I like in a suit.
That whole, you know, what was ended up coined in the romantic period, that was after punk, wasn't it? So there was a sort of move away to, like, with the Blitz Club and all of that, to kind of like, actually, we're going to come and dress in our...
You can do the frilly shirt thing when you're 18, 19, 20. Yeah. But when you get to 64, it's like the leather trousers don't quite fit anymore, and I don't know where the frilly shirts are gone.
Well, was fashion exciting back then? Because you had some great stylists that worked with you, Chris Sullivan and all that.
Well, I saw recently Chris Sullivan. We were doing a little thing for an Italian company in the West End, and Chris was on the DJ, and he was like, lifted his glasses up. I was like, hello, hey, Chris, hello, mate. It was an exciting period. I mean,
well, that Blitz Club time is so exciting.
Yeah. But there was no social media or anything like that. I mean,
it's the best time.
There were 3 TV channels: ITV, BBC One, BBC Two.
So how would you know what people thought of you? How would you know? Is it through the newspapers?
Just word of mouth, newspapers. It was, you know, people didn't have mobile phones then, so you went down the coin box and kept putting money. And when you talk to young kids now and you go, yeah, you had to keep going, another, you know, and people don't believe what it was like.
Yeah.
But it was pretty primitive. But also Soho and the West End back then was a bit edgy.
Yeah.
A lot edgier than it is now. I mean, it's all very gentrified and lovely and wonderful restaurants. But back in the day, it was a little bit edgy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I didn't know that.
And if you walked around looking like Beau Brummel, you'd probably get beaten up, you know.
So tell us about this tour, because what can we expect on this tour? When is it happening? It's happening is it November?
November and December, and we're playing all those iconic, wonderful venues around the UK.
Have you got a big band?
It's called the Big Band Tour. So last February I did the Swing Tour, which went down brilliantly. We sold out. And that was a kind of specific swing tour. But then I thought, well, let's call it the Big Band Tour, because that way we've got all the brass, we've got the full band on stage and everything. But it means I can do the swing stuff, plus I've got to do a couple of Christmas songs, because it's coming up for Christmas.
Yeah.
A couple of the Spandau tunes.
Yeah.
So Gold, when you put a brass section to it, becomes a big band song, not a swing song.
Wow.
And then, obviously, I want to do Elvis. There's a Jack Jones song there, The Impossible Dream, I want to do. I mean, Jack Jones, when he sang that, and bless him, we were talking about this earlier, but he got that many column inches in the paper, and he was one of the best singers on the planet. Sinatra loved him, Bennett loved him.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
He died last October, and I didn't even read about it. It was so terrible. But so I want to do a couple of his songs as well.
Nice.
And it's all just going to be exciting and wonderful and fluffy and lovely.
Swing was always a thing for you, wasn't it? Like the Rat Pack. It was your parents cooked when they were cooking Sunday dinner.
Lunch,
they put it so lovely.
Yeah, it's funny enough. I spoke to my mum on the way down here. Oh, Mum, I'm going to be on the
right?
telly today. Oh, I've got to tell you, your Auntie Geraldine sends her love.
Whoa!
I is Auntie Geraldine?
Worlds colliding.
And I've got an Auntie Geraldine who I spoke to on the way down.
Let me tell you,
But
if
no,
you
I
went out
saw-
for a night with Auntie Ger, you'd
she
know about
fun?
her. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
I want to meet Auntie Geraldine.
How do you know my Auntie Geraldine?
This is a bit weird, sorry. We were at a funeral the other day at the
happy
Pearly Bowls
day.
Club. It was a great funeral, actually.
Yeah.
It was a great send-off for Sandy. So your Auntie Geraldine was great friends with Sandy and Butch at the Bowls Club. And so she said, oh, you're on the television this week, aren't you, with my nephew? I said, yeah. She said, tell him Auntie Geraldine sends her love.
Auntie Ger is a...
And he did.
They love Auntie Ger.
Hi, Auntie
I had to get that one in because she said,
No,
you've
it's
got to mention
amazing.
me. So she was lovely, really lovely. I've thrown you there, haven't I?
Wow. I was kind of like, have we got any more time?
No, we've run out of time. I can't believe it. We need to talk. We've got a wedding to do, and we need to tell everyone about the tickets for Tony's Christmas Big Band Tour. They're on sale right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're selling very, very fast, which is great. And come to the Royal Albert Hall, because I'm doing I love the Royal Albert Hall.
What a night
That's
that
a bit
would
special.
I want
That's
like
where
a
I met Sinatra when I was 17.
personal one. I want you to come to my dressing room and do me a song before you go.
Lovely.
All right, lovely. I just want my personal one.
Of course you do.
know what I
I
mean?
get that.
Your own show.
Thanks, Tone.
Oh, good to see you
Lovely
guys.
to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Tony.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Just
you.
wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Still,
I know.
deserves a round of applause, doesn't it?
They've been performing together for 50 years and set the skate for the final dance on ice in the hometown of Nottingham in the farewell tour.
And we're joined now by the dynamic duo to hit all about it. Welcome to the show, both of you.
Love the colours today. Happy Bolero Day.
So clever.
Bolero Day to us.
Yeah.
It's always been Bolero Day. It's 41 years ago since Bolero, Winter Olympics. Why was that performance so groundbreaking at the time? What was it about it? What did you do differently?
I guess we were currently the world champions going into the Olympic year. And each year we tried to sort of reinvent ourselves and do something different, because you've always got people coming up behind you and you've got to be that one step ahead. And in that year we decided, instead of starting the routine with a fast piece of music, slow in the middle, ending with a bang, we thought, why don't we just start slowly and quietly and have it build to a crescendo? And then Bolero came to mind.
Because that's the conventional route, right? To start.
Yeah, had been, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So it's a really gutsy move then to do that, because there's no guarantee that the judges and I guess the audience would have embraced that.
Yeah, also at that time, the music that people were choosing to skate to had a definite sort of dance rhythm or was from a musical or something. And we'd suddenly gone really classical with this one, so that was different too.
And also the timing of the dance as well. It's quite a long song, isn't it? So you start off on your knees, is that right? Because...
Well, first of all, it's 16 minutes long, so we had to edit it down. We had an arranger do all the music. And he could only get it down to 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
28 seconds.
28 seconds. See, she was correct. Well, it's 28 seconds. But they start the stopwatch when you start to skate. So skating is when your blade's on the ice, skating. Right. So we started on our knees. So for the first 18 seconds, we weren't skating.
And you have a time limit? It's
4 minutes 10. You can go 4 minutes 10 or 4 minutes 3:50.
OK.
So we pushed it to the 4:10. But we had 18 seconds rather, on our knees before the blade touched the ice. And we got away with it, didn't we?
It's music now everyone knows.
Yes.
Before that, so few people knew. Like, it's incredible.
Surprisingly, in that year, it went to number 9 in the pop charts as well. So people went out and bought the single, so yeah.
That's unbelievable. So you
What, your remix?
Our remix, yeah.
It was.
Ravel's Estate were happy as well.
What's so incredible is the fact that you've been together for so long and you have to learn about tolerating each other's habits and stuff like that. Why are you bringing it to an end? Why is this the end tour? Why are we doing... Why? Why are we doing this? Do we need to do this?
We do. It's been 50 years. Because we still feel of a standard that we can go out and still perform.
Yeah.
But that's decreasing all the time. And so we wanted to be able to end on a high.
On a high.
So, you know, we've got our bus passes so we can get to the rink on time.
How hard is it? I mean, you're obviously very fit. How hard is it as you get older? What takes the most toll? Is it your shoulders, your knees, your ankles?
It varies. I mean, a lot of skaters have knee problems and back problems just from the nature of, like, the boys have to lift the girls and we always have to have bent knees to skate.
Yeah. We do lots of preparation to stay fit now.
Yeah.
What's helped now? Is it do you do Pilates or like?
Well, I'm a gym bunny, so weights and cardio. Yeah. But plenty of ice as well.
But also the ice baths.
We're devotees to an ice bath now as well.
Do you like an ice bath?
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I can do 3 minutes now.
Can you?
Can you do 3? Isn't it hard?
I'm 5 minutes.
But the way you feel afterwards, how good is it?
Yeah, it's horrible at the time.
I'll take you.
Well, I swim, and I love the cold swimming. I went
Oh,
yesterday.
well, it's got ice in it.
I like that. But then I like going.
This is really hard.
Sat there, it's like,
honestly,
horrible.
Big breaths.
The way you feel afterwards. Very good for recovery.
I was looking back. Obviously, it was a time when we had less. We didn't have the internet. We had 3 or 4 television channels.
Bliss.
But yeah, right. But it's quite hard to stress to someone who's growing up now what a big deal this was and how it how it kind of united.
And how many millions were watching?
Exactly. What a huge moment it was for the country.
We didn't realise it because after the Olympics, the World Championships were coming up. So we went straight away back to Germany, our training ground, and got ready for the World Championships. And it wasn't till we came home to Nottingham, they put on they put us in a Popemobile and drove us around Nottingham. And there we go, yeah. And we went to the city centre, onto the balcony. And it's only when you see these masses of people that were just turned up to say hello to us on that day that it sort of impacted us that so many people did watch. And when you say 24 million, you didn't have a feeling of what that was. Yeah, no.
And everything that came after, because Barnum came after this, didn't it?
No, it was before.
Before.
So we turned professional that year at 84. Yeah.
And then went
I remember reading that. I remember, like, it being a thing that you turn professional, which at the time, looking back at it, you're like, I don't understand. What is that? Because you can't, if you're professional, you can't compete.
At that time, no, we couldn't receive any money. It was totally amateur. Up until 1980, we still had full-time jobs before we turned, amateur still. But we were able to give up our jobs.
We train full-time. We gave up jobs.
I mean, I said this to you earlier. Do you ever get fed up with talking about the Bolero? And then you just said, this could be the last time we ever do it. Talk about it.
We're counting them down now. The final Boleros.
On the tour.
Yes.
Let's have a quick Dancing on Ice chat. Come on. Obviously, you can't say who your favourites, but the standard this year has been amazing.
Yes, definitely. I mean, at the moment, you know, everyone who's left in, we've got 6 couples left, and it could be any one of them. It's just...
Each week it comes down to basically the routine and how they perform it. Yeah. But if they make a single mistake, they'll be dropped straight away. Certainly in the skate-off now, we have the skate-off as well.
I don't understand how the standard has got so good. What is it?
Well, we've been doing it a long time, so I think...
Good teachers.
Yeah, I mean, we've trained a lot of people. Dan and Karen that do most of the training now, because we just have to judge now.
Yeah.
But I think the standard's just gotten higher each year as we've done it.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
Don't
come and see the tour.
Yeah, well, don't retire. Tickets for Torval and Dina Last Dance. 50th anniversary out now. Dancing on Ice continues this Sunday. ITV1 at 6.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting us.
Yeah, we're neighbours who became good friends. We're joined now by Lucinda Cowden, who, of course, played Melanie, Dan Paris, who you'll know best as Heartthrob Drew. And
look at the hair, still got the hair.
He's still on Ramsey Street today. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Last
We've
night...
got the before and afters.
So before and after. I want to see the before and after of last night. Is what I want to see, because you had the most amazing evening last night. You were at the Palladium. I mean, here the Palladium is held in like such.
I think it's an iconic venue all around the world. To
Absolutely.
Be honest.
No, we all know about the Palladium.
Yeah, we gushed all over the Palladium. I'm telling you now. We were running around like little school kids.
We were. It was so exciting. We were just looking at all these pictures of the Rolling Stones and different people. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. And where did you go afterwards? Come on. So you did a questions and answers on the stage.
Yes, a lot of questions and a lot of answers and a lot of laughing.
A lot of talking.
Great.
A lot of talking and some...
a bit of singing.
Yes.
Lucinda did our finale number.
I'm not a singer, just to preface with that, but I wrote a silly song, and when I did the word check on it, there were 783 words in it.
Gosh.
Yes.
So there's a lot of words in that song, so even more...
Because it has to go all about my character's journey.
Oh, I see.
So it goes from 1987 to 2024.
There's a few verses.
There's...
The fans loved it.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
Tell us as well, Dan, because the whole sense of this is a celebration of Neighbours. It's 40 years this year, and we love it over here. Is that sort of sometimes quite overwhelming for you guys?
Look, for me, it was, 23 years ago I left the show. So for me, it's, no one cares who I am back in Australia. This is that guy kind of thing.
Okay.
This is why I'm here, because these two care. They're the only two. No, it's been brilliant. It's 3 weeks. It's quite intense. We're touring, 6 different locations. The Palladium was the pinnacle.
Yeah. The Palladium was, look, I mean, we've got 2 more shows to go. Cardiff in Wales, which I'm really excited. I just found out I'm 8th Welsh,
Yes.
so I'm very excited about that.
Don't check her maths.
And then we're going to Manchester for our last show. So we're really...
Mancunian as well?
I've got Mancunian.
You're Mancunian?
Most
Right.
definitely,
Yeah.
yes,
Lovely.
yes.
So we're really excited for the remaining shows. But last night was our big, the big middle show that...
So what are the fans getting when they come along and see you? What happens? I mean, you're talking about a Q&A, but what are you sharing with them?
Just a bit of background on ourselves, our storylines, our relationships with other colleagues.
Yes.
The history of the show, past storylines, and just having a laugh. It was just a laugh and a few songs here and there.
It's a beautiful experience to share with the fans because our fans brought the show back.
Yes, of course they did.
So because of that, there is this symbiotic relationship that we have with them, and we feel like we have a relationship with them. So it's a celebration of. It's like, I don't know. It's probably like being at someone's 40th. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Birthday. And we're all sharing stories about how this hilarious person, if you know what I mean, but we're doing it about the show. So it's a really intimate, even though we're in a huge place like the Palladium, it's a really lovely, intimate...
Because, of course, we know, those fans that are there know you all, your characters so well. So when you can share stories behind the scenes that they don't know...
They love it. It's just touching on these things that
Didn't you have a bit of a disaster on your final scene that you recorded, Lucinda? I think you shared, was a story that you can maybe share, because I think...
Yes, I did.
What happened there?
I was doing a scene where I had to give out drinks, so I've got sort of a tray in my hand, and I tripped, and because I had the drinks in my hand, I couldn't put my hands down, so my nose hit the concrete of the step. Look, there you go.
That is an accident.
That's the most unattractive photo that I will ever allow on television of myself. But yeah, it was really terrible.
And that was your last ever scene?
That was my last scene. And Rebecca had planned a big party for me.
I was going to host a big farewell party, but we had it without her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a really sad.
It was. I was
very
already terribly
unfortunate last day,
and then I broke my nose. So and it split open, but it broke straight, which I've never heard of before. I was like, isn't that an oxymoron? But yes, no, it broke straight.
So you didn't have to get it fixed because it looks fine now.
It's a little. There's a slight. I can see a slight difference.
Yeah.
But it's in all reality, it's fine.
We'll still have that party for her.
Yes, one day.
Rebecca, you're still in it now.
Yeah.
How are they going to celebrate the 40? Because here we've got EastEnders on who are celebrating. Is it 30 they're celebrating?
40.
No, they're 40 as well.
Next week, yeah.
So they're doing 40 years and they're celebrating by having a great big live show
which would be terrible.
Well, you'd be terrible at.
I would be absolutely terrible.
Because what they're
we
doing...
heard about that yesterday.
Because what they're doing as well is they're letting the viewers decide an outcome.
Oh, the storyline.
So
like choose your own adventure.
Yes. So what we could do is say, you know, is your character and Paul on or off?
Yeah.
Or
yes.
And the viewers decide.
Yeah.
You know, they should have done some sort of crossover, cross-promotion.
That would have been a great idea with us all turning 40.
I'm very surprised that they
What is planned for the 40th?
Well, there could be some sort of wedding and somebody could be making an appearance at that wedding, I believe.
Yes. And there's always going to be a drama or two.
Oh, so much
It wouldn't be
drama.
Neighbours.
So, so someone's going to come back. That's obviously done that. Well, I assume it can't be you.
Well, it's been done.
I don't know. He came
been done.
back once before,
It's a good
remember,
point.
in the
It's
dream?
a good point.
It's, yeah, I mean, I'd love to go back. I mean, to be honest, working with these guys the last few weeks, I've had such a ball.
We've
we've
got
got
so
to know
many
each
memories.
other.
Like, this
Yeah.
was an iconic moment in Neighbours and Soap sort of history. You know, the dramatic way to leave by falling off your horse.
Yeah, I did it twice. It fell off twice. You should never go near horses, clearly. But yeah, I was just, like I said, I've only just met these two on the tour. I got to catch up with Kim, who played Libby on the show, which we've just reconnected beautifully. It's like a long-lost sister kind of relationship. And, you know, we'll have a lovely future together, I think, as friends. But I just want to be around these guys, being creative, in a studio. I just think it'd be wonderful after, you know, hanging out with you for the last 10 days.
Definitely need to do something. And I wonder as well, though, Rebecca, because the show is still going. It got brought back, as you said, by the fans.
Yep.
How has it changed? How has filming Neighbours changed now from when you all first got in? And then you were in Home and Away, of course, before that, which we all adored over here.
Yeah.
How has the whole
We
thing
don't talk
shifted?
about that other show.
Oh, we're not allowed. How has it changed from when you all first got into it?
Oh, look, I mean, you know, like any sort of production, it's always evolving. You know, people always ask me, you know, what is the difference between, you know, both shows. They're run very, very... They're so similar. And... but I feel like when we came back, it was... you know, with sort of the technology and you know, the crew, I felt like, you know, we had evolved quite a lot. Storyline-wise, I feel like it's very, very similar to how it was. We've got wonderful new characters, new storylines. But, yeah, I think the behind-the-scenes stuff, you know, is sort of a bit more Americanised a little bit, you know. And, you know, we've got amazing freelance crew who have come off other, you know, jobs. So it feels quite fresh behind the scenes. But, yeah, look, it hasn't changed. I mean, you know, we work really hard. The crew and cast work really, really hard. And that's why it's so wonderful to come to England because the UK, our viewers just love the show so much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it makes
they really
us
are.
go, this is why.
Yeah.
This is why.
We get to feel the love.
We make the show. Because in Australia, it's not so... you know, like people go, oh, is it still on? Or, you know, it's sort of... There's a bit of...
I thought it finished.
Tall poppy syndrome going on.
Yeah. But we'll keep celebrating it.
Yeah,
And we'll
it's
have you
such a
back on.
wonderful, iconic show.
Yes, please.
Thank you for dropping in,
Thank
especially
you.
because I'm not sure you've been to bed yet. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, I have. I always look like this. Sorry.
Thank you for coming.
Loved it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So, as the guys say, the Neighbours 40th anniversary tour continues on Tuesday. Until Tuesday, you're going Manchester and you're going to Cardiff.
We're going to... Yes.
Cardiff
both
as well.
of those.
You'll have an amazing time down there.
Yes,
and up in
thank you.
Manchester as well.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.